Hi. So if you found this video, you're probably going through something similar to what I've gone through for quite a few years. And the reason why I did the video is because I know myself, I would often search the web for information, guidance, answers, anything to help support what I was going through with my lower back pain. I'm guessing my disc issue started 25 years ago from a head-on car accident. Um, Adding to that, 20 years of working at a desk and driving for work probably didn't help. All that decompression on the spine takes its toll. Um, 5 years ago, I would notice instances where I could step off a curb and basically, for lack of a better term, throw out your lower back or slip a disc or put your back out. And that could happen from a simple movement of just stepping off the curb and with the wrong foot, feeling a sharp pain in the lower back. I usually got through that by getting through episodes of stretching, massage, traction. I bought an inversion table, which seemed to help. To a lesser degree, things like acupuncture and TENS didn't seem to help as much, but it was the decompression of the traction and the inversion table that helped alleviate the pain until the next time I did the same thing again, whether it was lifting something heavy or whether it was stepping with the wrong foot off of a curb. Um, 2015 is when I went through a flare-up that resulted in an extended amount of sciatica pain. That pain started in the left leg, went down to the foot, and consisted of numbness, that shooting electrical pain that you feel, resulted in difficulties walking, standing for an extended amount of time. That went on for quite a few months. I went through a lot of the same sort of treatments again, whether it was physiotherapy, using the traction table at physio, inversion table. None of it seemed to be helping, and it seemed to be actually getting worse. I started getting sciatica pain down the other leg, the right leg, and the pain was spreading down to the foot, making it really unbearable. I met with a neurosurgeon, had an MRI done, the first MRI that I had on my lumbar, and that confirmed L5S1 was fully herniated, and the L3 and the L4 discs above it were bulging. So in October of 2015, I had a laminectomy and discectomy of the L5S1. The immediate sciatica pain was gone. I guess it felt immediate because it was relieved. That right out of surgery, I felt like I didn't have pain. I did experience sciatica pain. And again, it's because the nerve roots being moved around. So for the next 3-4 weeks, I did have sciatica pain. But I was back to work in 4 weeks. I was able to walk post-surgery basically the same day, later in the day. I was discharged a day later, and for 3-4 weeks I rehabbed at home, and I was back to work in 4 weeks. And that was great. For the last 3 years, I didn't have any sciatica pain, really almost no memory of having the back issue. I was more careful in the things that I would do activity-wise. I did try to do some things to try to help strengthen the core and get into better shape to help avoid another instance like that. But 2 weeks ago, I sneezed, and that sneeze seemed to have done something because I felt that pain right away in the lower back from sneezing. At first, I was hoping it was maybe more muscular in nature, but I started getting sciatica pain a couple of days later down my right leg. Down the right thigh, back of the knee, down in the calf, down to the foot. About 4 days into that, I had probably the worst sciatica pain I've ever experienced. And it's, when you try to describe it to someone who's never had sciatica pain, it's difficult. But, my description was a knife in the back of the thigh being dragged down to the foot, feeling electrical impulse and electricity going down your leg at the same time, pins, needles, anything you want to add to it, you can add to it. And that's basically that extreme sciatica pain, where you feel the best recourse would be to just amputate your leg. And if you felt that before, and you've had that feeling before, you know what I'm talking about. It's extreme pain, and it's tough to describe to someone who's never had sciatica pain. I monitored it for a couple more days. I wanted to see the doctor. I had a referral back to the neurosurgeon. I had a referral for an MRI. Here in Canada, as much as our health system is great, it takes a little while to get on that wait list or to get through the wait list. So I was getting a little impatient after the first week. What I started experiencing then was a little bit more concerning. I started getting numbness in the saddle area, as they call it. So I had sciatica pain down the right leg. I had it in the left leg, so it was bilateral sciatica. But I also started getting numbness in the saddle area. So that's in the groin and in the bum, basically in the buttocks. And as soon as I started experiencing that pain, I thought there's something more to it. And so I researched. I saw information online about cauda equina and how that can potentially make things worse if unattended to. So I went to the ER on the Saturday, about 5 days ago, and had the MRI done again. They did a CT scan, confirmed that the L5 was worse than what it was from previous years somehow. So I was admitted over the weekend, and I had surgery on Monday. So this time around, a neurosurgeon did a discectomy on the L5S1, and the MRI showed a fragment had broken off from the L5S1 and was sitting up against the dural sac, which is where inside that I believe you have the nerve root, which has the nerves that can create that sciatica pain down your legs. So the surgery went well. I was up and walking 3-4 hours later after recovery. I was discharged a day later. I've been walking since around the house, just slowly, taking it easy. Still a fair bit of numbness in the right foot, the right leg, but nothing like it was a week or two ago. And I guess I'm waiting to see now what I get back and what I don't get back. I'm hoping the numbness is probably the least of my concern. Bigger concern is maybe more feeling in the pelvic and in the saddle area, is getting that back and getting control back, so I don't lose any potential bladder or bowel control. So as it stands now, I'm recovering at home, hoping to get back to work in a few weeks. I have ordered a stand-up desk, so for anyone who does have a desk job and is sitting for an extended amount of time, I used a makeshift setup a couple of weeks ago with a box, and it made a big difference to be standing. I actually feel you work better. You're more alert. You're on your toes, for lack of a better word. And so I do have a stand-up desk coming, and I'm hoping that takes away time sitting and the decompression that happens on the spine that creates the problem, or exacerbates the problem, I guess. And other than that, I'm planning on when full recovery is done, is to get back into stretching, lose some weight, and try to get healthier and try to avoid all of this again. So I will post updates as time goes on. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. I know I benefited from seeing other people's videos, and I hope you benefit in seeing this one. Thank you.